Now, you guys know me, I'm not the kind of person to preempt what the comment section's gonna say.
Liar.
But because this episode features everybody's favorite Pokémon Snap protagonist, also the only Pokémon Snap protagonist for that matter, I do get the vibe that a lot of people are going to pose the question,
Hey Liam, did you know there's a new Pokémon Snap coming out soon?
yes, I know. April 30th, we're getting new Pokémon Snap on the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be absolutely bloody beautiful. That wasn't an ad read, by the way. Like, I'm just excited for this game because I love Pokémon Snap. But yes, I know it's happening. I know it's coming on April 30th. If you're excited about it to the point that you want to remind me that it's coming out, let me tell you what to do. Head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam, hit the follow button, turn on notifications, because when new Pokémon Snap comes out on April 30th, you know this boy's going to be streaming it. But let's not focus on new Pokémon Snap right now, because that's in April, and we're in February right now, so we want to focus on this lovely episode of Pokemon, and oh boy, it's a humdinger. Roll the intro. We start the episode with a direct quote from Ash.
These rice balls are pretty good.
I see no rice balls in this scene. All I see are delicious jelly-filled donuts.
Well, actually, Liam, they are rice balls, but in the English dub.
We know. We already covered this in episode 25. By the way, if you are behind on this series, please go back and watch them all. I really need the ad revenue. It turns out there's a creep in the bushes watching Ash and Co. eat their lunch. I guess everyone's got their kinks, haven't they? Some people are into bondage, some people are into exhibitionism, and some people like to watch people eat their lunch while hiding in a bush, I suppose. I guess it takes all sorts to make a world, doesn't it? Oh, that's a mood right there. Don't you hate when the glare from your sniper scope gives your position away? Someone's about to get downed. Speaking of which, Ash actually has a vision of Misty and Brock being seemingly shot by whoever's hiding in the bushes, and bloody hell. We're just over a minute into this episode of this kids show, this Saturday morning cartoon, and already the protagonist is picturing his cohorts being brutally murdered. It's a bit dark, mate. Tone it down. Ash panics and shoves everyone to the ground, and unfortunately, Brock's barrel of rice ends up in a nearby stream. On the bright side, though, it did land right side up, so if they're fast enough, that rice might still be salvageable. Brock and Misty get understandably pissed at Ash, but Ash explains that he thought someone in the bushes was gonna shoot them, but Brock says he was probably just seeing things. Honestly, mate, if I was with my friends, God, I miss being with friends. What a weird year it's been. And suddenly one of my friends acted the way Ash did and then explained that he thought someone was going to shoot us, I'd pay attention. It's not like Ash has really pulled many stunts like this before, and he's not much of a prankster, so I'd listen. I'd rather trust my friend and be cautious, you know, only to find out that they're joking and look like a mug, than to not believe them, there really be a gunman, and end up dead. Trust your friends, Brock. That's the moral of this story. Ash gets Squirtle to spray its water gun into the bushes to draw out the person that's hiding in them. Mate, if it were me, I'd have had Charizard torch the fucker. Not that Charizard would have listened, but it's the thought that counts. Apparently this guy's camera is still working absolutely fine, even though we literally just watched it get absolutely soaked. Waterproof cameras in the 90s? Was that a thing? The guy says he was not spying on Ash and his friends. Hang on, mate, let's look at the facts. You were hiding in a bush. From said bush, you were looking through a camera lens at Ash and his friends. The evidence isn't really in your favor here, is it? The kid says his name is Snap, and for those of you in the United States that are thinking, hang on a minute, I thought his name was Todd, not Snap. Or at least Todd Snap, not just Snap. You've got this little fucker to thank for that. Now, I know this scene makes more sense in the Japanese dub because in that dub, Ash thinks that Snap said Kamekusu, which is the Japanese name for Blastoise, instead of camera, which of course is the Japanese word for, you guessed it, camera. But getting back to the dub that we look at on this show, the English dub, why in a world full of Pokemon masters and people looking to become Pokemon masters would Ash ever think that Snap called himself a Pokemon photo masker with a K? Like, I get that they needed to make this Blastoise gag work in the English dub somehow, but is this really the best we could do? I'll tell you what, let me know what you think Snap should have said in this situation and what you think Ash then should have thought he said to make this Blastoise joke land better in the comments down below. Let's see if you can write it better than the writers. Also, while you're down there, thump that thumb to drop a like. The last episode of WTF has just hit about 3,000 likes, so let's see if we can top that. And if you are new here, hit subscribe, bang the bell, turn on all notifications so you never miss a lovely episode of Pokemon WTF Moments or anything on my channel. So Snap understands that the gang may not have heard his name before, but surely they've heard of the photographer who took the only known photograph of the legendary Pokemon Aerodactyl. Hang on. Aerodactyl? Legendary? Not in my Pokedex, mate. Snap has a pair of binoculars hung on the wall between two large windows. Snap is a peeping Tom? Confirmed. Wait a minute. Does that make him a peeping Todd? Come on. right there. Direct quote from Snap.
How is it possible that they never heard of me?
Bit arrogant, lad. Honestly, I'm the total opposite of this. I have imposter syndrome, so I just wonder why any of you are bothering to watch me. Ash is shocked to see that Snap's photo of Aerodactyl was taken whilst Ash was being held in Aerodactyl's claws. And we all know why. He's bricking it, because now he's wondering if Snap also caught a photo of Ash stealing that poor trainer's Togepi egg. Mate, Snap's computer is capable of changing this photograph from a silhouette of Ash and Aerodactyl to a almost full-color picture. That is impressive tech for the 90s. Our family computer could barely run asteroids. Really showing your age there, mate. Snap offers to make the gang breakfast in the form of pancakes, and they all get really excited because they've not had pancakes for ages. Mate, you've all already had breakfast. You've just been scoffing on rice balls. Sorry. You've all been scoffing on jelly donuts. Don't be so greedy. Snap tries to take a photo of Pikachu while Pikachu eats its pancakes, but unfortunately Pikachu notices him. He tells Pikachu to keep eating, and Pikachu just does this. In what universe is that eating? Listen to your instructions, lad. But then to confuse the issue even more, Snap says, "Oh, that's fabulous." Mate, he's not even doing what you asked him to do. How is that fab? He then tells Pikachu to smile, even though he's told Pikachu to act natural. How can a world-renowned photographer be this bad at directing a subject? Pikachu gets scared by the camera shutter and shocks Snap as a result. Pikachu is a pussy bitch. Pass it on. Snap really fucks me off here. He reassures Pikachu and tells it to smile for the camera. He then drops to his knees and says he can't work like this. The reason he gives for not being able to work like this is because Pokemon should be photographed naturally, not posing. You literally just told Pikachu to smile. You asked it to pose. If you want Pikachu to act naturally, maybe you shouldn't have it sat at a dining table eating pancakes with a knife and fork wearing a bloody bib. Just an idea. Snap shows examples of how great his work is with photographs he has on the wall. But how is this picture of Dugtrio different from any other picture of Dugtrio? That's just the standard Dugtrio pose. There's nothing special about it. So here's a question. What would happen if the Chansey in this photo had been scared by the camera flash and dropped its egg? Would it just lay a new egg? Are the contents of the Chansey egg edible? Like, is the inside of a Chansey egg the same as the inside of like a giant ostrich egg or something? Can you fry it? I've just got so many questions about the whole scenario here. I need more info. The one thing I do know is I'm adding Chansey to the list of Pokemon I would definitely eat. Since Pikachu's too scared to be photographed, Ash, Brock, and Misty suggest all their other Pokemon for Snap to take photos of, but they don't ask Snap for permission, they just send them all out inside his house. Bit of a dick move, really. Like, one false move and Brock's Onix is going to take a wall down. Snap says he only wants to take pictures of Pikachu, and when Misty asks why, he starts to explain, but only gets as far as, "Well, you see," before Brock cuts him off with,
"No, we don't see."
Brock, mate, he was mid-sentence. Let the boy speak. After Snap refuses to explain to Ash and friends why he only wants to photograph Pikachu, they just leave. We then see Ash and co just walking down the road once again, with Snap once again in the bushes with his camera. It's never really explained if Ash and his friends know that Snap is still following them. I guess we're supposed to just assume that they know at some point Snap's gonna try and get a natural photo. It's just not really made clear. Snap has a flashback to a very familiar looking elderly couple asking him to capture Pikachu. Capture in inverted commas. The elderly couple show Snap some poorly taken Polaroids of Pikachu with Pikachu's back markings missing. Great job there by the animators. Round of applause all round for missing that. And surprise, surprise, the elderly couple are Team Rocket in disguise. Now, Team Rocket have misunderstood Snap's plan to capture Pikachu because he never used the word photo, photograph, or picture during his meeting with them. It doesn't help that Meowth was the one to find Snap in a copy of the Pokemon Times and obviously didn't read the article properly, but that's what you get for letting the cat do the reading, I suppose. And yes, the entire premise of this episode is that flimsy. It's all based on a single misunderstanding between a bunch of stupid people. After we come back from the ad break, Snap tries to get a picture of Pikachu while it's naturally drinking from the river, but he does so by shouting, "Hold it right there," as he jumps out and kicks up a load of rubbish. Mate, what happened to, "Ooh, I want Pokemon to act natural"? How is Pikachu supposed to act natural when you're making it very obviously aware that you're there? Are we sure this kid's a world-renowned photographer, or did he just get that one photograph of Aerodactyl published in a magazine? Every time Snap tries to take a picture of Pikachu, Pikachu hides behind Ash, although that's not what I think is happening. Because every time time the camera shutter closes and opens again, Ash is suddenly in the way, which makes me think that Ash is the one that's actively moving in the way of the camera as the shutter closes, and that's just a massive dick move. The poor lad's got a job to do, Ash. Let him do it. Oh, well, while we're letting people do stuff, let me do a quick G Fuel sponsored ad read. Oh, thank you as always to G Fuel for sponsoring my channel. I absolutely love you guys, and I love G Fuel. I drink it every bloody day. Right now I'm drinking strawberry shortcake with milk, which is the correct way to drink strawberry shortcake. Although obviously if you don't drink dairy or anything like that, I think soy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, some kind of milk alternative would go absolutely banging with it. And of course, if you use code ACE, you can save 10% on G Fuel. Just go to the checkout, put code ACE in the little box, get yourself some G Fuel, whether it's a starter pack or a restock, totally, whatever you want, use code ACE when you get it. You're helping out the channel and you're helping out yourself. And that's the most important part. Use code ACE, get yourself some money off G Fuel. Oh, it's like a beautiful strawberry milkshake, but it's going to give me bags of energy and focus as well. Code ACE when you order. Oh look, Team Rocket are building one of their favorite traps, the Wile E. Coyote hole trap. I mean, I guess if they try it enough, it's bound to work one of these days. Maybe today's that day. As James and Meowth are digging the hole, James's shovel hits something solid. But Jessie says less talking, more digging. But instead of carrying on digging, they just start covering up the hole. I mean, it's just a bit weird that they literally just stopped digging, even though Jessie clearly wasn't happy with the depth of the hole. As they notice Snap coming up the road, Jessie and James scramble to get their disguises back on, but end up getting them mixed up. Now I can get mixing up some of the clothes, but the glasses and the mustache, I really don't understand how you mix those two things up. They both go on different parts of your face, and they probably feel strikingly different. Also, why did neither of them put their wigs on? Like, they didn't even put the wrong wigs on, they just didn't bother at all. Snap tells Team Rocket he hasn't captured Pikachu yet, and so Team Rocket leave, and Snap moves to the side of the road, ready to take a picture when Ash and Co walk past. But if he's off to the side of the road, then tell me how he gets this view down the camera lens, directly down the road, looking at Ash and friends. What, suddenly he's got a camera lens like a bloody bendy bus? It just don't make sense. As Ash and Co walk past Snap, Ash remarks that Snap doesn't understand the feelings of the Pokemon he takes pictures of, and that statement hits Snap hard. Honestly, I don't know why Ash's opinion matters to Snap. It's not like Snap owes Ash anything, or that they've been friends for years. Like, Snap met Ash that day. Who cares what someone you met that day thinks of you? They don't know you. Basically, don't stress, lad. It's not worth it. Ash, Misty, and Brock all fall into Team Rocket's hole. Oh, so today was the day. I mean, fair play to Team Rocket. It actually worked. Well done. Snap looks into the hole and asks Ash and the gang how they got down there, and Ash just responds with such a dry,
Easy, we fell.
and honestly, I am living for how deadpan Ash is right here. He has absolutely no time right now for Snap and any of his photography bollocks. It's bloody great. Can we get more deadpan Ash, please? So Snap was about to grab a rope to help the guys out of the hole, but then decides it's a perfect time to take a quick picture of Pikachu, exclaiming,
That's the Pikachu I want to capture.
Mate, I'm not being funny, but one, stop dicking about and help these people out of that hole. And two, who the hell's gonna want a photograph of a Pikachu sitting in the backpack of some random loser stuck down a hole in the road? That's not Pikachu in its natural habitat, is it? Team Rocket suddenly realized that the Pokemon Times magazine said Snap was the best at capturing Pokemon on film, which I guess could have been an easy mistake for Meowth to make, since I imagine reading the English language might not be Meowth's strong suit. But in Snap's picture, he's literally holding a camera. Like, realistically, you wouldn't take a photo of someone that's holding a camera unless there was a very specific reason for it. Like, it's just so unbelievable that they wouldn't pick up on that. Like, even for Team Rocket, this is just super duper levels of stupid. So how did they not pick up on that?
Well, actually, Liam, they probably didn't pick up on it because they're Team Rocket.
It's because they're Team Rocket. Again, how is this a natural picture of a Pikachu? It's in a backpack. The bottom of the pit that James had struck earlier crumbles and Ash and Pikachu fall through into a sewer. Snap jumps in to help them and shouts,
Ash, Pikachu, are you okay?
Of course they're not okay. They're in a sewer. They're swimming in turd water. Oh man, do you remember this scene in Metal Gear Solid 3? Quality game. Snap uses his camera and tripod to give Ash something to hold on to before he falls over the edge. But mate, just go back and watch this because Ash hits the concrete wall hard. I'm surprised he hung on. Direct quote from Ash.
You saved us.
It's a bit early to say that, mate. You're dangling by one arm and you're literally inhaling shit water. There's still plenty of time yet for you to either lose your grip and fall to your death or catch some really nasty bacterial infection. Ash comments that Snap's camera is now ruined and that he sacrificed it to save them, and Snap tells Ash not to worry about his camera. I mean, that makes sense. He is a full-time photographer, so he's probably got insurance up the wazoo for that thing. Look how far away Team Rocket are from Ash and Snap in this scene. Like, they are really far away. So this net right here must have some real extension length on it to be able to reach Pikachu. Like, that's just impressive, if not a little improbable. Snap gets mad at Team Rocket for tricking him, but then Team Rocket accused Snap of tricking them first. Mate, let's all just calm down. Nobody tricked anybody. This was all just a bit of miscommunication. It's not worth starting drama over. Having said that, James then just whips out a bomb and lobs it at Ash and Snap. Mate, how did this escalate from a simple animal abduction to literally throwing bombs at children? James, mate, you've got a problem, lad. He just keeps lobbing them as well. James is seriously out here trying to blow these kids into 1,000 pieces. You've got Pikachu, just bloody leave, you psycho. Ash Ketchum once again shows off his Herculean strength by switching his two-hand grip to a one-handed grip and holding the camera with his other hand. And somehow this convinces Team Rocket to pose for a photo, even though James has just lit another bomb. I say lit another, but he is pulling them out of his back pocket already lit, however the hell that works. And of course the bomb goes off in James's hand. Mate, how do you even forget that you just lit an explosive? Have you not seen Toy Story? Also, James should count himself lucky he didn't lose his hand here. I have seen some really grim firecracker accidents on the internet over the years, and yeah, it's not pretty. Ash sends out Bulbasaur and gets it to use Razor Leaf on Team Rocket, but it doesn't seem to do anything more than scare them rather than hurt them, which is a bit weird, really. Like, it's strong enough to cut open the rubber bag that Pikachu's trapped in, but it's not strong enough to do any significant visual damage to Team Rocket. Ash tells Pikachu to run for it, but why not just have him use Thunderbolt? That's normally a game ender. Bulbasaur chases Team Rocket whilst vine whipping them until they jump into a river, and they end up going over a waterfall, but before they fall, they pause so that Jessie can recite a poem. Wow, they really just did rip their entire shtick off Roadrunner today, didn't they? Brock and Misty turn up after what seems like bloody ages. Like, where the hell have they been? Thinking of it, Misty could have just sent a water Pokemon into the sewer to help Ash and Pikachu, and she just didn't. Bad friends, these two. Ash tells Misty and Brock that they missed all the excitement, and Snap jokes that they should have brought a camera. I mean, what good would that have done, mate? They would have still turned up after everything was over, so what would have been the point of bringing a camera? I know it was a harmless joke, but at least make it bloody work, mate. Pikachu does some sick parkour for no reason and jumps into Ash's arms and almost sends Ash over the cliff edge to his death. I guess all of Ash's friends are out to ruin his day today. Misty asks why Ash and Snap are acting like friends, and Ash replies,
We are friends, Misty, because we have something in common. We both like Pokemon.
God, imagine liking Pokemon and being kind to other people who like Pokemon. Could not be the Pokemon community in 2021. God, how times have changed. So remember how Snap's camera was ruined when he sacrificed it to save Ash? Nah, it's fine, mate. No water damage at all, apparently. He must have stuck it in some rice for an hour or something. Wait, but didn't all of Brock's rice float away down the river at the start of the episode? Wait, did they find the bucket of rice at the end of the river? They must have done, because Snap slips on a rice oh, wait. Nah, never mind. He slips on a jelly donut. Even though Snap slips over and bumps into everybody, the photo they're planning to take turns out really wholesome and happy. How lovely. Do you know what's not so lovely? Snap joins the group as a traveling companion. Great. So those are my WTF moments for Pokemon Season 1, Episode 55, Pokémon Paparazzi. Let me know your favorites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainLiam for all of my live streams 5 days a week, and use code ACE to save money on G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.